Welcome to Celebrate Aging. I'm Sandy Leah with Ecumen Detroit Lakes, and I have two guests with me today. I have Lynn Peterson to my right here, and to my left I have Tanya Halverson. Halverson, okay. I always have a hard time pronouncing your last name, and we're almost sort of related, so I shouldn't. But anyway, so Tanya is with our therapy department. She's a physical therapist. Assistant, okay. I'm not getting anything right today, all right. And Lynn Peterson, I know for sure he was a guest here at our new TCU, which for you folks who maybe don't know what TCU means, TCU is Transitional Care Unit. And our TCU Short Stay and Rehabilitation Center is now open at Ecumen Detroit Lakes. We have had a few guests in the last couple of months. We kind of call it a soft opening because we're not completely done with our remodeling. But we've had people like Lynn who have been able to come here and recuperate after post-surgery. So, and I know we have some history with Lynn too that goes back, but so how are you doing today, Lynn?
I'm doing real well.
Good. And so you came here because you had an orthoscopic knee surgery type of thing. Was that what you were?
Total knee, and I had a lot of issues at home. I have a lot of stairs, and I just didn't know how I was going to cope with all
of that.
With all of that.
So now backing up just a little bit further, I know that your knee surgery was very recent, but you also had another knee type of surgery a while back. Is that correct?
I used to run a lot, and then both knees started giving me some grief, so then I had orthoscopic on both knees at one time. And then I quit running about 10 years ago, and the one knee just kept getting worse and worse. The last 2 months it just gave out on me, just deteriorated.
Okay, so...
And it was arthritis, so something
okay.
I could do nothing about.
No. And I know that you are very active. You like to work out because you work out with my husband, Andy Leah.
Right.
At DLCCC.
Right.
So, so you wanted to get this knee taken care of, and can you tell us, I thought the story was kind of interesting, how you ended up actually coming here and getting the surgery when you actually needed it. There's a look, wasn't like, didn't Judy actually, maybe Tanya can tell the story, because she was kind of sharing that your wife, Judy,
Yep.
who, by the way, used to have an office here.
Correct.
At Ecumen, and
Yep.
she was the
Senior coordinator.
coordinator
For Becker
for
County.
Becker County. And I think a lot of folks out there know who Judy Peterson is. She is just one beautiful gal inside and out. And I've known Judy for several years, much longer than I've known Lynn actually. But anyway, so how you ended up here was Judy ran into Tanya, I think is how it happened. Can you share that story with us?
I just happened to run into Judy when she was visiting here over at the assisted living at Lamplighter. And she just had a question for me regarding Lynn having some pain in his knee, and was questioning that it had just gotten severely worse within like 2 months, I think.
Okay.
And so, and since we just had a patient that had just been here with another knee replacement that had the same thing happen to him, he had a very good turnout with rehab for taking care of it right away. And so I just told Judy that he wanted to probably take care of it now versus waiting 3 years down the road where muscles start getting tight and then its range of motion is getting worse. And
so it pays to run into a physical therapist when you're thinking about, and I know my husband too he's got some issues with one of his knees, and he also was a runner and ran several marathons. So, and I keep an eye on it because of what Tanya actually told me. Once you start feeling that severe pain, it's like you really need to get in. And I think think when you feel pain, I don't care if it's your knees or wherever, I think your body is telling you something. It's time to go see a medical doctor and let him take a look and go from there. So anyway, so because you got in, then Judy went home, I would imagine, and talked with Lynn and talked it over, and so then you decided to get aggressive and let's go in and get this taken care of.
Right.
So you went and had surgery, and then you came to us because this is where you wanted to be.
And I wanted to get back to my normal life as quick as I could, and I had heard all good things about the place.
Okay.
And I just wanted, I just didn't want to go home and have issues that I couldn't get out of the house, and I wouldn't get back in shape as quickly as I wanted to be.
And I think when you first came, you were telling me that you could have almost chose to go home, but you decided no, you're going to come here to our TCU and short stay rehab center and get the therapy that you needed, and be here, which makes it convenient too. You don't have to, drive, because you guys live a ways out. I know that.
It's an issue to get in and out of the car.
Right.
Putting a sock on, things that are so simple.
Right. And it's brand new, and actually I interviewed a couple last week who were also Phyllis and Norm Wilson, who Norm's been staying here, and I mean, this is really a beautiful new TCU. And for the folks who haven't seen it, you can stop by anytime. We will be having a grand opening later down the road, but they talked about too how they wish they would have more time to talk about the employees here and what a great job that they do. The meals, from housekeeping to nursing assistants to the nurses to the maintenance to the social workers, and the list goes on. Just how wonderful. And I know that you've had, you've shared with me that you've had a good experience.
I have, and I have to have my other knee worked on, and I'll probably be back.
Okay.
For a second round.
Yeah, really. Well, it's kind of like a nice hotel here, actually.
Yeah.
So it's not, the rooms are nice, and hopefully we'll get Trevor to take the camera around and film some of the new TCU so the folks can see here. But you've got a nice private room, which makes it nice.
Yep.
Your own refrigerator.
Everything couldn't be better.
Huge bathroom, and the therapy is good, and the gals they just wait on you hand and foot. So, so Judy, prepare for Lynn. Yeah, you are home now,
Yep.
actually. So how's it been going? I'm sure Judy's like,
She's doing the yard work,
Yes,
and
she is.
I'm getting back to the yard work, and I am walking a couple times a day. And everything is going good thanks to the staff
okay.
here.
Well, Judy, don't worry. He'll be back full force soon. And I think we're going to take a couple minutes. And actually, Tanya, you were going to show us a couple of the pieces of equipment that you've been able to use to actually strengthen that knee. So let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are, Tanya and Lynn is actually on the new step. So can you tell me, how does this piece of equipment help?
We use this to help for strengthening and range of motion for Lynn, and getting that range back, because he can actually push it himself. So we'd let him warm up for a few minutes, and then we'd advance the seat forward and make him work at range in that. So as we progresses along, we keep moving the seat closer and closer so that he's trying to get that bend in his knee, and he's actually inflicting his own pain, not us.
Okay, great. Well, that is awesome. And then we're going to go over to the stairs and check that out. Okay, so now we're over at the stair stepping, Tanya and Lynn. And actually, this is a temporary room for you too, right?
Yes.
Because you will be in a new part where our therapeutic pool is going to be located, which is fantastic, by the way, folks. It's got a treadmill, and you can lower wheelchairs, so that's going to be great. But Lynn is doing some stair stepping.
Yep, just working on strengthening again of the affected leg that he had done, and so just trying to get that strength back again, working on isolating the muscles in the thigh around the knee. And so we have him do this exercise along with going up and down the stairs, working on technique. So then just turning around and coming back down.
Okay. So does he ever use weights or anything or not?
Yep. We've had him
Yes,
do standing
okay.
exercises with weights on, like doing leg kicks and stuff, just to work the hip muscles to get strength in that area. So he's done.
So, a little bit of everything.
Yep. Seated supine, which is laying down in bed exercises and
Yeah,
standing.
I've got a whole series that I go through at home. Takes about an hour.
Okay.
This here and
So when you leave here, it doesn't stop.
no.
You still continue to exercise at home and get to the gym, work out, and then of course eventually mow the lawn. Okay. Because
Yeah.
we can still mow.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
That's the great
yeah,
thing about
yeah.
this year. It's still beautiful. So, okay, well, great. Well, I hope that your recovery continues to go well for you, Lynn, and for Judy, of course. And then, of course, thank you, Tanya. I know you do a great job here. She's been on TV3 before, and she just keeps coming on for Sandy Leah. So, for ecumen, I should say, not for Sandy Leah. But I do have to bribe them once in a while. So anyway, so thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, viewers, as you continue to watch, as we at Ecumen Detroit Lakes continue to celebrate aging. Thank you.